Hello everyone. So as part of my Japan vlogs, I kind of want to talk about this movie that I watched in one of my recent trips around Japan. It was very incredible, loved the story, and it did not disappoint as I assumed it would. The movie is called Zeroから始める異世界生活氷結の絆, or basically, restarting my life in another world from zero, frozen bonds. Now, fun fact, there's the kanji for ice and there's the kanji for to tie or to fasten. So you can kind of think of hyoketsu like frozen, like tides in a way, if it helps you remember it, like frozen tide bonds. But keep it simple, it's just frozen bonds. And if you're looking for like Subaru or Rem, Beatrice, whoever else, you're not going to see much of them because this movie really didn't focus on that. It more focused on my favorite girl, Amelia. Best wife will get on my level. And you basically see her backstory and how she got to where she was, or basically before she got to where she was, this is what she was doing. And for a prequel, it was pretty good. Rezero and White Fox, they just don't disappoint in terms of gore and in terms of tragedy. Like White Fox, in my opinion, has always been a studio, an animation studio that does like tragedy very, very well. They did this with Akame Got Killed, which is why it was really good for the time being. And they are really showing it again with ReZero. So this movie is really not for kids at heart. Well, ReZero is really not a children anime. And I wouldn't recommend it to a child in the first place because of all of its adult themes and its gore and just how like powerful and sad the plot of their stories tend to be. And that's definitely what Hyoketsu no Kizuna is all about. You really go through the path that Amelia like takes, and you know what she did before she basically became to be a princess candidate and whatnot. And you find out more about Puck too, which is her spirit. Now, what do you find? I will keep this as spoiler free as possible, so you're kind of gonna have to wait until the movie comes out before you find out. But you find out so many like hidden details, in my opinion, that it was very intriguing to watch. I also really am happy that they made a movie such as this because it really like gets Amelia a chance to shine in this whole waifu battle between Amelia and Rem. Rem kind of gets more empathy, I feel, than Amelia, just because, well, obviously because the anime has a great influence to that. But with Hyoketsu no Kizuna, you really see more of Amelia as a person, and you see like her development and how her current situation just breaks her, or it's potentially to break her, where she has no family, she has no friends. The only person that she has is her spirit. And again, I hopefully with this more people can join on my team, for team Amelia, but a guy can only hope and wish. But also too, you kind of see like her inner turmoil as like Subaru is trying to be this knight in shining armor, and why his white knighting garbage was just very ineffective, because she has carried this lineage, these things about herself for so long, and it always comes to haunt her no matter where she goes, no matter what her situation is now. So again, I really think that this movie really just shows you a lot about Amelia and just her past, which I always love when anime series do this. Like you kind of dedicate like a certain part for like their characters. It could be a bad guy or it could be a good guy, and it makes sense for the actions that are going to occur going forward. So I really love well, when movies or series do this, and definitely Hyoketsu no Kizuna gets like an A++ in my book for really shining light on a character that needed to be shown, because again, we don't know about her. All we really know is that she's a half elf, which is she's like a descendant from the evil witch, basically. And you know, a lot of things were left, you know, up in the air, which is another thing I do love about ReZero. Like, it kind of leads you to interpretation. But I am glad that we're kind of cracking open the world a little by little, and we're finding out more about Amelia and all of these, you know, other characters. And then finally, it was pretty heartwarming. You kind of learn a few small details, you know, about like what's probably gonna happen in the current series, but which is coming out, by the way. So I'm definitely about watching that. But overall, like, it was pretty heartwarming and very sad. And you know, if you're a person that tends to cry, I think it would, you know, give you a few tears out there, because I was almost jerking too, you know, just seeing her circumstances, what she was going through. And finally, personally, the reason why I enjoyed the movie so much, because it was really good to be able to watch a full-fledged like Japanese movie without the need of subtitles. It not only shows my comprehension of Japanese, but also shows how far I've come learning the language since 7 years ago back, which is not something I'm bragging about. I'm more just proud of myself that I'm able to do something like, hey, go watch a Japanese movie and understand what's exactly happening. You know, my Japanese is not perfect, but again, I always say I'm never lost when it comes to Japanese interactions. So another thing too is that I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of subtitles. Like, I do not like subbed anime, but if it's between sub or dub, I'll pick sub in a heartbeat. It's the terms of translation, and you know, sometimes there's just a lot of context and a lot of detail that you know, a lot of translators can tend to leave out, which is not on their fault. It's just, there are just many things in Japanese that are more tonal and more like contextual, and that sometimes translations just don't do them justice. So it's really good to get that first-hand translation yourself, so you know exactly, you know, what's going on, which I was very happy, you know, for. So again, really good movie. Part of my vlog to Shibuya, actually, where I went to, and I can't wait to see more anime movies from here. I might do Weathering with You, because I've been hearing a lot about it and it seems like a good movie. And of course, Weathering with You is by the same guy who did Your Name, Kimi no Namae wa. Always mix that up. So yeah, a lot of good things to report. Again, if you like ReZero, you know, let me know what you think about the current season that's about to come out, maybe your possible theories or whatnot. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and a subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.